for round number 4 here in TTML F3. I am the solo commentator for this evening, which is QES_Storm_Kings. Unfortunately, ESW Ivor Bryn Mike couldn't make it this evening due to a few internet technical issues, but you've got me still here to take you through the action here in round number 4 for the Hungaroring in Hungary. Got 17 drivers, and hopefully it will be a very interesting race after last week when we went to Imola for the sprint race and the main race, where it was an absolute fantastic race. So a few drivers are coming out the pits here for their banker laps on the first run, and we've got a few on the mediums and a few on the softs. While we are here, I will go through the championship standings after round 4 and the constructors as well. So for the championship, Carlsbury is leading in the Alfa Romeo on 89 points. Then CR7, last season's Formula 3 champion, in second place with 70 points in the McLaren. Then the second McLaren of AJ in third on 51 points. Then in fourth in the Williams is Sway on 50 points. Then the reserve of Scuba is in 5th place with 44 points. Then in 6th we have Jan in the Haas on 43 points. 7th place is Wesker with 40 points. 8th is a Huli Boy in the AlphaTauri with 34 points. In 10th, in 9th is NLR Dylan in the Alpine with 31 points. Running off the top 10 in the driver's standings is Graham. We're in the Williams on 28 points. In 11th is Legend in the other AlphaTauri with 27 points. The first of the Aston Martins is Pauldy with 22 points. 13th is Yarham with 18, and the first of the Mercedes in 14th is Yogi, who we're currently on board with actually at the moment. In 15th is TTML Stevie G with 14 points in the Ferrari. 16th Imadi with 12 in the Haas. Mad Jonas, who has, I believe, left the league, in 17th in the other Ferrari with 11 points. 18th is TTG Waffles in the Red Bull with 8 points. 19th is TTG Robin in the other Mercedes with no points. And last in the standings is Elite NL Dave with 0 points. The constructors is McLaren leading the way on 121 points. Alfa Romeo Racing with 89 points in second. In third is Williams Racing with 78 points. In fourth, AlphaTauri with 61. Fifth is Haas with 55. Sixth is Red Bull Racing with 48. In seventh is Aston Martin with 40. Eighth is Alpine with 31. Ninth is Scuderia Ferrari with 25. And then in 10th is Mercedes Petronas with 18 points. And that is the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship done for Formula 3. So it was a very chaotic F3 sprint and main race, and the winner of the sprint race was Jan, with Carlsbury in second and Scuba in third. The main race, CR7 won the race with Carlsbury on second and AJ in third. So in the main race we had a double McLaren podium, which was very interesting to watch and commentate on. So here we are in Hungary for the Hungarian Grand Prix. We're at the Hungaroring. Some drivers do say this track is like Monaco without the walls, and it may just offer a little bit of a difference here as Carlsbury comes down into turn 1, and he'll take us on a lap of the Hungaroring as he goes into the first DRS zone, as he goes through turn 1, as he will now come into turn number 2, as sector 2 yellow flags that won't hamper him at the moment, as he comes through turn 3 Now he's got to be careful here of turn 4. He can get an easy invalidation as he goes through turn 4. Beautiful there from him. As he comes through turn number 5, I believe it is. Got a little bit of traffic ahead of him. The driver's letting him through as he comes through turn 6 and 7, the left and the rights. He'll come through now turn number 8 and then number 9. Another left and a right. And I believe this is now turn 10. And then he's got to be careful here. Turn number 11. And then into turn 12. Heavy on the brakes. And then turn 13. He's going to have to be careful here. He doesn't want to go too wide. And then up into turn 14 as he goes into the pits. So Carlsbury, your current championship leader, is in P8 at the moment, well P9 now I should say, with a 119.6 Juan, or JJ for short. He is a reserve, I believe. No, he is the other Alfa Romeo. He is currently pole sitter at the moment with a 114.9. He did very well in Baku, but we didn't see him in Imola. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. I'm a D back in the Haas, currently on the mediums with a 116.5, and then Stevie G also on the mediums. So maybe the mediums are the better tyre here in Hungary. Obviously, we know what happened in Hungary, famously when Bottas decided it was bowling time into turn 1, and Legend up into P4 on the softs with a 117.1. TTG Conti in 5th with a 117.3, but he is on his outlap. And then we've got AJ in 6th, Wesker in 7th. A Hooley Boy going up into turn 4 at the moment in 8th. Carlsbury we know in 9th. CR7 in 10th with a 131, so he's had a bit of traffic or a mess up somewhere, or something has happened, and then the rest have not set a time, as Yogi has DNF from the session. I don't think he had a qualifying ban. I will just double check, just in case. No. The only real significant no penalty, should I say. Sway got his 3-second penalty removed, so that promoted him up to P5, with Yarham dropping to P6, and I believe that was either the sprint or the main race. And the Wesker and Jan incident was a no further action from the stewards. So that's everything up to date from the stewards. I do apologise if the stream does lag a little bit. I am suffering from a few internet issues with my internet provider, but hopefully we can get through unscathed and have 35 laps here of the Hungaroring in Hungary. In Budapest, I believe it's a very large city here in Hungary. Very noticeable parts of the track. Turn 4 you can invalidate or get a corner cutting pen. Turn 1, if you get that wrong, turn 2 can be also wrong for the drivers. We're just right on board with CR7. He's currently in P2. He is fighting to defend his championship. He is on an outlap at the moment. Let's go on board with one of the top 4. Let's go on board with Conti. As he comes through turn 2, he's just used the DRS as he goes through into turn 3 and turn 4. As he now heads up to the hill into turn 4. Hopefully he doesn't invalidate. He's in the Mercedes for this evening. He doesn't invalidate, and that's Carlsbury out of the session. So Carlsbury will not improve. He is 119.6 on the mediums. So this is a big advantage here for CR7 if he can get a better lap, which I reckon he will. As Conti has backed out of that lap completely, as Dylan puts himself up to P5 in the Alpine. He has invalidated this lap that he's currently on, but he is up in the P5 with a 1:16.4, the highest of the medium runners. The people in front of him are on the soft compound tyre. The Pirelli range of tyres here this evening for the qualifying are the C2, the C3 and the C4. That's the soft, the medium and the hard compound tyre. I don't think you'll see any hard compound tyres being used in the qualifying session, as AJ puts himself up to P4 and Sway goes up to P2 respectively. So Sway definitely wanting to put a stamp on this qualifying session and get himself up there. He currently sits in P2 with Jan in P3. Nobody is gonna beat the man in the Alfa Romeo at the moment, as he goes even quicker with a 1:14.8, and that's JJ in the other Alfa Romeo. So the championship leader is out of qualifying, but the teammate of him is putting in a star performance in qualifying and is sitting nice at the top with a 1:14.8, as CR7 puts in third place with a 1:15.8 on the medium compound tyre. So he's got a bit of time still in him, as he's yet to set a lap on the soft compound tyre. Who is the Ferrari that is that maybe I Am Sloth? Or is that TTG? TTML Stevie G. No, that is Sloth, or I Am Sloth, should I say? Graham's also out. He's out on a flyer as he comes through into, I believe, turn 12 and 13. He's got a little bit of traffic in front. Let's just see what he can get, as he's really now the only driver not to set a lap. As he comes round the final corner, he's now going to cross the line, hit that DRS, use as much of the DRS he's got left, and he's going to put himself up to P12 for the Williams Racing team. So it's still a mixed strategy here. Some of the drivers are on the mediums still. Wesker's still on the mediums, AJ still on the mediums, so is CR7, and I Am Sloth is still on mediums. I wonder if is that a reserve, or is that somebody that's changed their PSN and I haven't been informed or haven't seen. But yeah, we are looking. Oh, Pauldy is now up. Wow, Pauldy just jumped up to P2. What a lap from the Aston Martin driver. He goes into P2 with a 1:15.2. Not that far off of JJ in the Alfa Romeo, but still around about 2 to 4 tenths gap there still. Let's just see what the gap difference is. It's a 4 tenths splits P1 and P2 respectively. So a little bit of time there to still find for Paulie. So everyone has set a lap now, as the drivers will go in for their final runs. They all probably will be into the pits now and get ready for that final run. These are the banker laps, I reckon. Well, I don't know about JJ. That may be his actual... Oh! He just trying to get out in front of the Red Bull here. Obviously, we don't know what the weather is for the rain, for the race, should I say. We could expect some rain. We did experience some rain in Imola. It wasn't enough for the wet compound tyre or the intermediates, but it was some tricky conditions, I have to say. Sector 1 yellow flags, that's a Ferrari. I'm guessing that's Stevie G or I Am Sloth. As a lot of drivers are on their laps. Imadi goes up to P2. Completely missed that there as he sets a 15.0. So the times are coming down, but there's not enough left on the clock. Sector 1 and Sector 2 yellow flags, and that's another Ferrari, as they all are coming now out of the pits. And Paul, I think that's either Sway or Dylan. No, that's not Sway, that's Dylan then, just moving out of the way for Imadi, who is on a flying lap as he comes into the pits for the Haas Formula 1 team. So we're right on board with Jan. He's still in this championship fight as well. He's P3. He's currently down in 8th. So at the 3 championship drivers, well, who's in the fight at the moment, CR7 is in a better position, as Carlsbury is in P16 with a 119.6. Jan is in P8 with a 115.9. And CR7 is going back out on the mediums, and he is the highest medium runner by quite a margin. Who's just going past him? That's an AlphaTauri, and that is a Huli boy. As he goes through turn 3, he's doing his final run there, and it looks like the McLarens may do a... oh no, maybe not, they're not going to. I thought they were going to do a toe down that final straight. There's not really many straights here in Hungaroring, as I believe the main overtaking place is the start-finish line and turn 1. Going into turn 2, as Wesker now retires, he is in P11. He feels he can't make any more improvements, so he has retired from the session. He sits in P11 with a 116.1 on the mediums. Conti now out of the session. I think drivers are just retiring in the pits now, as they know they can't do no more, and I do apologise for the controller disconnect. I thought my controller was on charge, but it was in the wrong USB slot. As Huli boy, he seems to have gone off track and has retired on track, so that's going to cause a bit of nightmare there for a few of the drivers. As CR7, let's ride on board with the McLaren driver. He's second in the championship. Am I seeing things, or is it raining? It is raining. It is light rain on the game, well, in the qualifying session, should I say. And yeah, this could prove very costly for a few drivers who are trying to do their final runs. As a lot of the drivers are now retiring, as 6 seconds left on the clock. 5 seconds now, as yeah, I don't think anybody is going to beat JJ's time, as he is... Yeah, the qualifying session is now completed on the game, and yeah, I don't think anybody will be setting any further laps, as Stevie G is invalidated, so is Pauldy, and yeah, Sway couldn't get there quick enough to the line, and we'll start P3 though. Fantastic lap there for the Williams Racing driver, as Imad completely takes track limits to the extreme there, but it is going to be JJ on pole position, and Imad will join him on the front row with Sway in P3. So that is qualifying session now complete, as we take a look in a few short moments at the qualifying results here in TTML Formula 3 for round number 4 in season 6. I think we're just waiting for one person to retire. Just gonna wait for, which I believe is AJ. He's gonna come into the pits, and he has retired. So just wait for Imad, and then we'll get the qualification results here for TTML Formula 3. So it was a dry start to qualifying, but gradually ended with the final few moments with a bit of rain. Oh, please don't tell me my game is... Oh, thank God for that. So here is the qualifying session here in TTML Formula 3 for round number 4. JJ takes pole position, and then in second place is Imad, third is Sway, Pauldy, fourth Stevie G in 5th, Hulivoy in 6th, CR7 in 7th, Conti in 8th, Jan should I say, in 9th. Running off the top 10 is AJ. In 11th is Wesker, Dylan in 12th, I'm Sloth in 13th, Graham in 14th, Legend in 15th, Carlsbury in 16th, and Yogi in 17th, who was the only driver not to set a valid lap time. So 35 laps here in Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and will we get some rain? It may be on the cards, as I think we may be in for an absolute fantastic race. It is dry here at the moment as the drivers do get ready to start the formation lap. I would just like to take a brief moment of your time as I will fall silent on the microphone to pay tribute and respects to the fantastic gentleman that was in our lives but sadly passed away this week, which was Sir Frank Williams, the founder and owner of Williams Racing in Formula 1. Such a sad loss to the F1 community and the F1 world. So to pay tribute from TTML and everyone in TTML this week, all the commentators are going to fall silent, so I will mute my mic, and that will be during the formation lap here in Hungary. Thank you to everyone that participated in the minute side out respect such an the talking is done, and we are now down to the business part of 35 laps here of the Hungaroring as we get ready for lights out. It's going to be JJ versus Imedy into turn 1, and it's 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. Who's going to get down into turn 1? And it looks like JJ is going to cover off any defense from anyone as he gets down, as Sway has a look on Imedy but doesn't get the move done. Let's have a look. Everyone getting through, all okay. It looks like there's some battles here in the midfield. Oh, who's going to break late? As it looks like Powdy is going to go round. He's having a massive look. As they come through turn number 5, Paulie is having to defend as CR7 is going to go around the outside of the Haas of Jan. Oh, he takes a little bit of the curve as well, and CR7 is trying to get past Jan. But look at this, we have in 7th, 8th and 9th, we have the 3 championship rivals already. Cosby's got himself up. Oh, Cosby's going to go down the inside. Is he going to make the move? He's having a look. CR7 is going to battle back. It's going to be soft versus medium as Cosby gets the move done. And that's Cosby up to P8. That could be crucial here for the race as JJ sets the fastest lap here on lap number 1. Nobody has beaten it so far as they come lap number 2 into turn number 1, and it looks like Colesbury is already on the hunt. Oh, massive understeer there for Jan as Colesbury takes maximum opportunity there and gets the move done on Jan, and that gives Colesbury a little bit of breathing room. Oh, Stevie G is out of the race, and that's going to be a virtual safety car here on lap number 2 of 35. So the VSC is out. The drivers will just have to watch their delta, as it can cause a drive-through. We'll just keep an eye. As I'm a D is going into the pits. I just wonder what this is for. DRS is enabled. We'll just stick on board. I think he may have wing damage. Nope. He's going to try the hards. So a very early pit stop there for I'm a D. Don't know what that was for, as I am a sloth. Is battling there with as they come out of turn 3. With Legend, this is only going to go one way. As they come through turn 4, and that's I'm a sloth up to up into P9. Let's go back to the championship fight between CR7, Jan, and Colesbury. Colesbury is in front of all his championship rivals at the moment, I believe, as he's on the hunt for Poldy, who's in P4, and Hooleyboy is up to P3 as well. So AlphaTauri gonna get some decent points here if Hooleyboy can create that gap. No penalties at the moment. Oh, Conti has had a spin, I believe, and has he got any damage? I think he's okay, but there may be some floor damage there, and yeah. Not a good night for the Dutchman in the Mercedes. Oh, a little bit of a battle here for P10. Graham. Oh no, this is P11. Apologies there. As Yogi goes down the inside there and gets the move done out of turn 2. And Hooleyboy gets a penalty and the first one this race. Lap number 4 of 35. And I think the drivers are just trying to close the gaps up as quick as possible, as Colesbury is right on the back of Paulie. He is around about 2/10 now, and he is going to close that gap up even more. He's got 76% ERS. He is the championship leader, and he may have a look very soon. He's right on the back of that diffuser of that Aston Martin. I think Paulie knows that move is going to come very soon. As they come around the final corner, Colesbury is going to get DRS. There's an AlphaTauri right in front of Paulie, so Paulie's going to go for that move, and Paulie gets that move done. But oh, Colesbury is going to have a cheeky look down the inside of Hooleyboy, and they're going to battle this into turn 2. And Colesbury's going to go round the outside and gets the move done there, and that's him up to P4. He's still going to get past Pauldy up in P3. Pauldy is side relief for 1 lap more, as he's got to defend here from Carlsbury again as they come through turn 6 and 7, the left and the right. And yeah, it is going to get very interesting, as Carlsbury has got the pace, and he's definitely showing it here this evening that he has that pace. As they come now into, I believe, turn 12 and then into turn 13, as Carlsbury is having multiple looks at the Aston Martin as they come around the final corner into start finish line. He's going to get DRS now, and he will look for the overtake. He goes down the around the outside of Pauldy, should I say, and Pauldy will drop into P4, and that's Carlsbury up to P3. He is now 1.9 seconds behind Sway, who is in P2. But I reckon that gap will come down very quickly with the pace that Carlsbury is showing. JJ is 3.2 seconds gap to Carlsbury. I just wonder if JJ may just let Carlsbury through once Carlsbury gets clear of Sway. And yeah, that gap is coming down quite quickly. It is now 1.4 seconds. CR7 is just stuck in a little bit of traffic, I believe, as he's trying to get past Jan still. And in this time, Carlsbury has made up nearly 3 or 4 positions. That's the pace difference between the softs and the mediums. Obviously, Carlsbury may pit earlier than CR7 because of the difference in tyre compound. No rain at the moment. I don't know if there's any coming. And I think that may be why a few more drivers opted for the mediums, as CR7, he's right on the back of that Haas, as Carlsbury now sets the fastest lap with a 1:18.2, and he gets past Sway, but we still have a battle here between CR7 and Jan, but CR7 cannot get past Jan as they go into turn 2, and even with DRS he can't get the move done. So at the moment it is an Alfa Romeo 1-2 here at the moment, so I just wonder if JJ is going to let Carlsbury close up that gap, that 3-second gap, and let Carlsbury take the lead of the race here in Hungary, as Carlsbury is the championship leader and he needs every point possible to extend his gap to CR7 and Jan as much as possible. This is going to be a great opportunity for him, as Jan is in P6 and CR7 is in P7. Of course they both get points, but Carlsbury will get the maximum points out of all 3 of the championship rivals, as he's currently in P2, as Dylan has left the session and Hewley Boy is into the pits, and that promotes Jan and CR7 up to P5 and P6. Will CR7 get the move done here? He's gonna have a look. He's gonna go down the inside of the Haas. They're gonna battle out of turn 1 and he gets the move done, but they're both gonna have DRS, I think. Yes, they are gonna have DRS as they battle here through turn 2 and 3. Oh, a little bit of contact, I think, with the rear wheel as they come out of turn 3, and that's CR7 up to P4, and he's finally got the move done as he goes through into turn 4. And yeah, he's now got a 1.1 second gap to catch. Well, that's now coming down around about a 10th per turn, or per corner should I say, to Pauldy, and then he's got to clear Sway to even think about getting to Carlsbury, who's in P2 at the moment. And that gap now is to 1.2 seconds. Is there going to be an Alfa Romeo tactical switch here? Carlsbury may just be looking for that switch. There is JJ, and JJ is into the pits. So Carlsbury is going to take the lead of this race, and he is now your race leader here in TTML. Round number 4 at the Hungaroring, as Paulie is also into the pits, as the top 3 now change to Carlsbury, Sway and CR7. I expect Sway to pit next lap, as I believe Graham, his teammate, is now up to P8 for the Williams team. Paulie has opted for the hards, and so has JJ. So it's a softer hard strategy here for the 1 stop. If you want to do a 2 stop, it is a soft, medium, unless there is any rain. Then we could see some intermediates and some wet compound tyre. I don't know how quick this track does get wet, but it could spice it up if we do have some rain. As we're only 9 laps in, we still have a few laps to go. It is one of the longer 50% races. I believe it's on par with the Austrian Grand Prix, which has 36 laps. So it is one of the longer 50%. As that's a Sway into the pits. Sway is now going to make that pit stop, and he has a 4.9 second gap to Carlsbury as he now enters the pits, and it's going to be CR7 now with a 6-point gap to Carlsbury. As Sway is dropping down the order, he's going for the medium, so he's committed to a 2 stop. Maybe he feels that maybe there might be a safety car later on in this race, but he has committed himself to a 2 stop, as I don't think their mediums will last the remaining laps. As Dylan, that's a bit of a glitch, as Dylan has a fastest lap of 3 seconds. I don't think that will count as a fastest lap. That is a glitch, and all the intervals have now cleared. So we're just going to, as Dylan now leaves the session, and it puts him in P1, which is a bit incorrect. Dylan is not P1, it is Carlsbury. The game is lying to us, unfortunately. Oh, one interval has come back. There's Conti. He is battling. Where is Conti? Just trying to find. He's P10, so Dylan must be is now P10. Right, okay, I think this lobby is now glitched because Carlsbury has overtaken. Carlsbury is there. Yeah, so Dylan is not. I think the lobby is ruined, as it's saying that you're P1 but you're not, and Carlsbury is 57.5. Yeah, this the lobby is a little bit incorrect, as nobody is going to catch Dylan's car. It's also given Dylan the fastest lap as well of 3 seconds. So you got some light speed pace there, NLR Dylan. but I suspect if your car is in AI, Carlsbury will overtake it eventually. As Carlsbury is into the pits, he's going to make his stop. This is going to put him nearly a lap down because of where your AI is. It may sort itself out after a safety car, but we won't know that unless a safety car does happen. Yeah, it is very annoying as Sway sets now the fastest lap with a 1:18.5. So that bit's sorted. We just need Dylan's car to not be in P1, and that should fix itself. So there's the two Alfa Romeos. JJ has come out, still in front of Carlsbury. Carlsbury probably will look to get past JJ very quickly. As there seems to be a position change here, Graham goes around the outside of Jan, as Graham is on 12 lap hards, but Jan is on 12 lap softs, as I believe Jan is into the pits. Oh, he's had a bang with the wall, and that's not going to help him, as he will now enter the pits. As Carlsbury and Graham and Sway, oh, this is a double Williams. Oh, what's going to happen here? As Carlsbury is going to go down the inside of Graham, and that's both AlphaTauris overtaking both of the Williams, and that's them up to P7 and P8 respectively. So they are definitely on a charge. If it stays the way it is, I suspect whoever is in P1, P2 at the end of this race would be automatically no, whoever's P2 and P3 would automatically be reinstated to P1 and P2 unless they can catch the 50.3 seconds in around about 20 laps to Dylan's car. So it looks like Carlsbury's going to go down the inside of his teammate. Hopefully there's no wheel banging there, as they are going to... Oh, Imad is in this battle as well. They both get past Imad. Sector 1 yellow flags. No action further. Oh, sector 3 yellow flags. Who's had a spin? That's Jan, one of the championship rivals. He's had an off somewhere. He's battling Conti at the back. So the two Alfa Romeos are working together and are taking each driver both at the same time. So yeah, very surprising there from both Alfa Romeos, as they are now P6 and P7. I'm a Sloth is right on the back of Yogi. They haven't pitted yet. The top 5 have not made a pit stop. They are all on mediums. CR7 is bringing down that that gap, should I say, to NLR Dylan. As the switch has happened for Alfa Romeo, and Carlsbury gets himself up to P6 as he's on the better tyre, but he is potentially committed himself to a 2 stop as he is on the mediums. Oh, as then switching again as JJ goes past, and Jan gets past TTG Conti, and has got a 14.4 second gap to Wesker in P15. So at the moment, the JJ is your net race leader, as he has made his pit stop, and then you've got Carlsbury in P2. The main strat here is a one stop, which we've seen a lot of the drivers do, which is a soft to hard strat, or in Carlsbury's situation, he has done soft, medium, and then he'll go on for another set of mediums, which is the two stop, as he's gonna, oh, this is gonna get very tasty between the two Alfa Romeos. They nearly had a bit of wheel banging there, as Carlsbury re-overtakes his teammate, and he is on the mediums. So yeah, you can do the one stop, which is a soft to hard, or a two stop, which is the soft to medium strategy, which may benefit if there is a safety car, or you can do medium soft, or you do hard to soft if you're outside the top 10 and you want to gain a few extra positions at the end of the race. So Imadi is out on hard at the moment, 13 laps. Dylan's AI car is on 17 laps, and JJ went really wide off track. So on lap 18 now, Carlsbury sets the fastest lap here with a 1:18.0, and that etches off Sway's time, and Lightspeed Dylan's 3-second lap as well. So Baldy and AJ are having a bit of a battle. 4P12 as they come out of turn 1 into turn 2, and that's AJ up to P12. This is kind of the issue I think CR7 has. His teammate is all the way down in P7, whereas Carlsbury has his teammate right beside him in P7. So yeah, this is not going to be going very well for McLaren, should I say, as they want to get as many points as they can as they go through turn 6 and 7 there. And yeah, AJ may just want to close up the gap. He is on 15 lap mediums. He hasn't made a pit stop yet. I will just show who has the penalties. So JJ has one 3-second time penalty, and Huli Boy has a 3-second time penalty. That's the only penalties we have seen so far. So regarding pit stops, everyone from 6th to 9th has made a pit stop, and then everyone from 11th to 16th has made a pit stop, as I'm a Sloth drops into P6 as Carlsbury gets himself up to P5. He's made 11 position changes. Yogi made 13, Legend up 12, as Imadi now picks up a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, as I believe that's 2. No, that's only 1. My eyes aren't deceiving me there. So 15 laps remaining. If Carlsbury was going to do a 2-stop, he would pit this lap, unless he's going to opt to go 5 more laps and do a soft run at the end. That time to Dylan's car has come down to 29 seconds. That will come down even more when Dylan's car decides to pit, as it hasn't made a pit stop yet. Carlsbury is on the freshest. Oh no, Jan is, as JJ picks up another penalty So that's 6 seconds as he overtakes I'm a Sloth in P7. So Carlsbury, the championship leader, is in P5, and he's got around about a 1.3 gap to Yogi, who hasn't pitted. He's on 19 lap mediums. So yeah, that's going to be quite interesting how that plays out, as that gap is coming down quite rapidly. It's now under the 1 second, so he has got DRS when it gets enabled at the end of this lap. As Carlsbury is now going to come round into the final corner. He's got the Mercedes in his sights, and he will be looking for that overtake. He's going to get DRS, and he is going to get the move done here, I believe, as they now go down the straight of the start finish line. He's going to have a go around the outside and gets himself up to P4. It was 43 seconds, it's now 24.5. But obviously Dylan hasn't pitted. Well, his AI hasn't pitted yet. I don't think them hards will be lasting very long left in them. As AJ picks up a 3-second time penalty. Dylan should be correctly in P12. Well, that depends if he has been overtaken by anyone else. As Carlsbury is now going to look on the back of Legend for that first of the podium spots. He's going to go round the outside again into turn 1 and get some move done. Legend is on 21 lap mediums, so that is massive there for Carlsbury to get that move done very easily and very quickly. It's now going to be Carlsbury versus CR7. CR7 is on 21 lap mediums. He's got a 9.4 gap to Carlsbury, who's on only 8 lap mediums. So it is going to be some very interesting 13 laps left here in Hungary at the Hungaroring for TTML Formula 3 for round number 4. So I suspect Carlsbury won't pit again, maybe, if these tyres can last up to 21 laps. So he may pull off an impressive 1 stop here, as the mediums have gone 21 laps for quite a lot of the drivers. As Legend is down into the pits. I suspect when Dylan's AI does pit, it will put the correction of either CR7 or Carlsbury up there in the correct spot where they should be. As this actually could be a double podium for Alfa Romeo, but JJ has 6 seconds. As CR7 gets the his first penalty of the day, and yeah, this is looking to be a Carlsbury and Alfa Romeo win here, as CR7 is rapidly dropping time. I just wonder if he is going to try and stick a set of the softs on, as CR7 is going down the start-finish line. Carlsbury is now doing the same. So there's at least a corner or a turn between them. I'm a D and I'm a Sloth is battling as they go through in out of turn 1, and that's I'm a D up to P7, but he does have a time penalty as Hoolie Boy and Graham are going to battle in turn 2 out of turn 2, and that's Hoolie Boy up to P9, but he has a penalty. Graham doesn't, so Graham maybe just letting him through as he knows he's going to get it back at the end of the race. Well, if he can keep within that 3 seconds. There is Dylan's car. It is going to come around for lap 25. 10 laps to go. Has he made a pit? Well, has his AI made a pit stop? It hasn't. So it has to make one soon. Because if not, it is going to get DSQ'd. CR7 in the pits for the soft compound tyre, and that's CR7 now dropping quite a few positions, but he will have the better tyre later on in the race. Ten laps to go here in TTML F3. Round number 4. Carlsbury is your race leader. Dylan's car has AI'd English. Oh, rain! 10. Are we going to have 10 laps left of rain? Let's just go on board with... Yeah, I think it's raining. There is rain coming down. We have a few light showers coming down on the track. Has CR7 made a pit stop too early? Well, a lap too early. Carlsbury opts to not pit. I would reckon Dylan's car, like his AI, is going to put him on intermediates. As JJ gets another penalty, that's 9 seconds, and that is now Jan on another penalty. Let's just bring it back up on the penalties. So JJ has 9, Imadi has 3, CR7 has 3, Hoolie Boy has 3, AJ has 3, and Jan has 3. Oh, a battle here for P7 as CR7 gets past Imadi on the faster tyre, but maybe he didn't need to make that pit stop as the rain is coming down. Are we going to get another Imola where the rain comes down but it's not wet enough for a tyre compound change to the inters? As CR7 is right on the back here of Sway for P5. He's on fresh softs as well, so this should be an easy overtake as Hoolie Boy and Legend swap positions there, I believe. As CR7 goes round the outside of Sway and gets the move done up to P5. Now he's got a 1.6 second gap to clear. Oh, set the 2 yellow flags. That is is that Conti or is that Jan? I think it may have been Conti. No, that's JJ. JJ into the pits, and let's see what tire he goes on. He's gone for the intermediates, so he's called it. He's gone in. All set the 1 yellow flags. Who is that? That's Yogi. Yogi has had an off sector 1 and is dropping, and this gives CR7 a free position. No wing left for Yogi. 24 laps on the 26 laps on the soft. I just wonder, has he got a puncture? Well, he's got no wing, but yeah, that's a sore sight for the Mercedes team as Conti is into the pits. He's going to switch to a set of mediums. That rain is coming down now, and Carlsbury is closing the gap up to Dylan's AI car, so hopefully that will sort itself very shortly. So has JJ done a masterclass or an absolute disaster class? As he's on the intermediates. He's battling with Wesker for P12. Oh, sector 3 yellow flags. Who has had an off? I'm trying to find out who it is. Everybody is coming into the pits who is on mega amount of laps. I just wanted to see what they go on. So AJ is in. They're all going for the intermediate tyre. So it is a switch of tyre compound completely, as drivers now opt for the intermediate tyre, and it'll be interesting to see if anyone else goes for them, as now that rain is definitely coming down here in Hungary, at the Hungaroring in Budapest, one of the largest cities in Hungary, and I believe it is the capital of Hungary, if my geography is on point there this evening. As we know, the famous Bottas bowling race start in a few months ago, which we saw in Hungary. But yeah, the bottom half from 10th have opted for the intermediates, except from Conti, and Conti is catching Yogi rapidly. So maybe the intermediates aren't the tyre, as Sway isn't now into the pits. I wonder if he's going to go for the intermediates as well. So maybe 6 laps of intermediate weather here. And Sway goes for the intermediates as well. So that's very interesting. Is that Jan? Yeah, Jan's into the pits as well. Oh, Jan very hard on the brakes there. So the top 5. Oh, sector 2 yellow flags. Who's had an off? That's Conti, and yeah, the intermediates, the medium should I say, are not working. Hey, as Carlsbury finally gets past Dylan's car, and that's Dylan now into P2. Well, his AI is, but he's going to get overtaken very quickly. So Carlsbury and CR7 are both in the pits. All the 2 championship rivals, former champion, well, defending champion, should I say, CR7 into the pits. They're both going to go for the intermediate tyre, and Dylan's AI car is also in. Everybody is now switching to the intermediate tyres for the last 5 laps here, as Conti, I believe, has had another spin. So Legend is staying out. Legend feels the softs are still okay. Are we going to see a Lando Norris moment in Russia? Oh, he's gone off. DRS is now disabled. Paulie is still... Oh, Paulie is now in, and Conti has left the session. So Legend is staying. He's opting to stay out on the softs. He's going to have to hold out for 5 laps if he wants this race win. You can barely just see coming through turn 3 and turn 4. He has a 3.3 gap, and that is rapidly coming down quite quickly. Now the gap to Dylan has come down as well. So he's all over the place. Legend is really struggling on them softs. I think he's going to pit, as the 2 championship rivals, Carlsbury and CR7, are going to get past him very easily and very quickly there. Well, I say very quickly, as CR7 is now going to do that move. And yeah, I think Legend might have made a pit stop too late, as he is now sliding all over the place, and it reminds me of Lando Norris in Russia a few months ago. as he now enters the pits and, well, trying to not drift it too much. And he'll be on the freshest intermediate tyres with Paulie as well. Hopefully he can gain a few positions. But yeah, we are now on the intermediate tyre as it is raining here in Hungary. Lap 31 of 35. We've got Carlsbury versus CR7. Sway would be P3 as Dylan is in AI, and I don't think AI positions get the position that they finished, so it'll be unfortunate there for the Alpine driver. So CR7 has no DRS to his disposal. He's got 83% of ERS, so this will be interesting as AJ and I'm a Sloth switch positions. Don't forget, CR7 does have a penalty. Also, oh, Huli Boy, what's happened to him? Oh, he's gone off. He's got to rejoin safely, which he does, and he drops himself down to P13. JJ will drop as well, as he's got 9 seconds on time penalties. There is your penalties again. CR7 has 3, IMD has 3, JJ has 9, AJ has 3, Sloth has 3, Huli Boy has 3, Jan has 3, and Conti has 3 as well. The rest have no penalties at all. As we go on board with CR7 again, that gap is now at 1 second. Obviously no DRS as Sway gets past Dylan very comfortably there, as Dylan is in an AI. So unfortunate there for Dylan, but yeah, he won't be getting wherever he finishes, as he is in AI, unfortunately. In these intermediate conditions, it just seems like CR7 cannot get the traction that he needs to close this gap. And I believe if I look, fastest lap, who has the I've forgotten how you look now. Oh, JJ's out. JJ, that's not going to be, that's a safety car. Holy, yeah, I'm not going to finish that sentence. That's JJ out, and we have a safety car here on lap 32 of 35. This is literally going to be right to the end. Safety car drama here in TTML F3. JJ out of the race after getting pole position here in Hungary, and yeah, it's now going to be under a safety car, so no overtaking, but this is going to help Yogi massively and anyone sitting behind Dylan, because Dylan is literally going to drop to the back of the grid, unfortunately. Yeah, so safety car here on lap 33. I suspect we're literally going to have 1 lap of racing. Yep, so lap 33 of 35. So under the safety car rules, no overtaking from any of the drivers, and if they do, they will be penalised by the game, which I believe is a 5-second penalty. And if you ignore the yellow flags completely, you are given a 20-second penalty. Huli Boy and Jan are in the pits, so this is not going to help CR7, as he has a 3-second time penalty. Sway doesn't, so Sway could still get a net P2, and Imadi could still get a P3 maybe, if he can get close enough to CR7 on the safety car restart. Safety car is in this lap. Not everybody has caught up, and yeah, we are going to get back racing. The top 5 have all caught up, and there's a massive gap to a legend who is going to get on the back of this. I think Carlsbury needs to get this going as quick as possible. And he's gone. Carlsbury has bolted And yeah, as they now start for lap 34, and we are back under racing as Hootie Boy gets a penalty, and Sway just needs to keep within this 3 seconds, and he's got himself a net P2 as Armady gets himself up to P4 as Dylan drops down to P5. As Dylan now drops to P7, well, his AI does, so he's definitely on the lead lap. So yeah, Sway will still get a podium, and so will Imadi. This would drop CR7 down to 4th at the moment if it stayed the way it was, at least a 4th place. That's not going to help his championship battle with Carlsbury. He is the defending champion here in Formula 3. He won it in emphatic. Oh no, he gets another penalty. CR7 on 6 seconds. So a podium may just not be for this evening. The defending champion in F3 from last season is having an absolute stonking nightmare of a race, and he is now going to drop position as they come round to the final lap, and it's going to be an absolute epic final lap here in TTML Formula 3 round number 4 in Hungary, the Hungarian Grand Prix at the Hungaroring, and it's going to be Carlsbury versus CR7 as CR7 has 6 seconds of penalties on the clock, so they will be applied at the end of the race, and Sway is looking for a net P2. And if Imadi can close that gap even more, he may just be on the podium as well. So Dylan has dropped to P9 now, so round about where he was earlier on in the race. As they come through turns 6 and 7, and yeah, Sway is just really trying to close that gap as Graham gets himself up to P9. Oh, sector 1 yellow flags. That is an AlphaTauri. That's Hootie Boy. And it looks to be that CR7 could be dropping quite a few positions as West gets a 3-second penalty. They're going to come round the final few corners here as... Oh, no. Oh, they're going to battle. Carlsbury is going to push CR7 wide as they... Oh, they're battling side by side as they come through the final corner. CR7 will take the race win here provisionally on track. Oh no, and I think Carlsbury went right into the back of CR7, maybe in a bit of frustration. That may go to the stewards, but CR7 drops down to P6. Carlsbury will take the race win, and Sway will take P2 with Legend on P3. I forgot about Imadi's penalty as he drops to P4. Poldy will take P5, CR7 with P6. And then we have AJ in P7, Imasloth in P8, Graham in P9, Dylan in P10, rounding off the top 10, Wesker in P11, and I'll read the rest at the end. But what a race, what a last lap there. CR7 and Carlsbury battling right to the end, and Carlsbury is your in-game driver of the day, and I will give you my driver of the day very shortly as we look at the provisional race results here in TTML Formula 3. But it is a race win here for the Alfa Romeo driver as he shows the Finland flag on the game, as he takes the race win here in TTML Formula 3 with Sway taking P2 and Legend taking P3. So it's an Alfa Romeo, a Williams and an AlphaTauri on the podium here this evening. As we take a look at the provisional race results, pending any stewards investigations. So Carlsbury takes your race win here in Hungary with Sway in P2, Legend in P3, rounding off the podium places of your top 3. Imadi in P4, Paulie in P5, CR7 after his 6 seconds of penalties in 6th, AJ in 7th, I am Sloth in P8, Graham in P9, the AI driver of NLR, Dylan in P10, rounding off the top 10, Wesker in P11, Yogi in P12, Jan in P13, Hewley Boy in P14, TTG Conti in P15. Your DNFs for this race is JJ in P16 and Stevie G in P17, who did not complete the race, as we now conclude. And my driver of the day, I am obviously going to give it to Carlsbury. He came from right at the back of the grid and takes the race win here. A very crucial race win against his championship rival. So my driver of the day is Carlsbury, who showcased his outright pace. That is it for round number 4 here in TTML for Formula 3. Formula 4 and Formula 5 will be back tomorrow in Hungary for round 4 respectively. But for Formula 3, we will return next week, and we are off to Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. Hopefully my co-commentator Ivor Bryn Mike will be back next week, but do like and subscribe to League Racing TV, as we provide all the action from TTML, which is F1 to F5. F1 is on a Sunday evenings from 7 PM, and then you've got F2, F3 on a Thursday with myself and Ivor Bryn Mike covering F3, and F2 is TTG James Head, should I say, and Pepsi Freak on the F2 side. And then you've got F4 and F5 on a Friday. Also on the channel you have BNL Racing CWC as well on, I believe, a Monday evening. And then you've got once a month you've got the EML Championship of the Esports event, which they are off to Austria in round 5 on the 15th of December. But until next time, when we go racing in TTML in Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix, I've been your commentator, QES Storm Kings, and enjoy the Saudi Grand Prix, and have a fantastic rest of your week. Good night.